Have you ever looked around and wondered why some people keep pushing forward relentlessly when everyone else has thrown in the towel? What truly, fundamentally separates those who alchemize hardship into fuel for greatness from those who crumble at the first sign of a storm? Today, I'm not just talking about resilience. I'm pulling back the curtain on the hidden mental architecture that the world's top 1%, the most resilient, most accomplished individuals, use, a secret they guard closely. This is about the raw, untamed origin of mental power that catapults ordinary lives into the realm of the extraordinary. Forget everything you think you know about motivation. This isn't another fleeting pep talk. I'm about to hand you the complete mental framework, the exact blueprint I personally used to radically transform my own existence from a place of struggle to a place of strength, a system that has already empowered thousands to shatter their self-imposed limitations and unlock their dormant true potential. If you are ready, truly ready, to discover how to rewire your mind for inevitable success, to build an unshakable inner fortress, then do two things right now. Smash that subscribe button and hit that like button so the algorithm knows this is a message the world desperately needs to hear today. Let's ignite a revolution of the mind, starting now. Here's the uncomfortable truth, the one most people aren't willing to confront. Your mind, by default, has likely been programmed for mediocrity. It's not entirely your fault. From our earliest days, society, our upbringing, even our own survival instincts teach us to fear discomfort, to sidestep difficulty, to constantly seek the path of least resistance. We're conditioned to crave safety and predictability. But the true masters of life, the architects of their own destinies, have discovered a profound secret. It is precisely within that crucible of discomfort that all meaningful growth, all genuine transformation, actually happens. One of the most powerful passages I've studied, which became a cornerstone of my philosophy, states, "If you can get through doing things that you hate to do, on the other side is greatness." This single principle didn't just change my perspective, it revolutionized my entire approach to challenges. It's not about merely enduring the hard stuff, it's about recognizing deeply that the hard stuff is the path. The obstacle is the way. Think about it for a moment. Really dig deep. When was the last time you faced something that felt utterly impossible? A mountain you thought you couldn't climb, and then, in the heat of that battle, you unearthed a reservoir of inner strength, a resilience you never knew you possessed. Share that powerful experience in the comments below. I genuinely want to hear your stories of triumph, how you pushed past your own perceived limits, and what you discovered about yourself in the process. Your story could be the spark someone else needs. True mental power, the kind that builds empires and changes the world, doesn't come from skillfully avoiding suffering. It comes from fundamentally transforming your relationship with it. The great achievers don't necessarily suffer less, they suffer better. They learn to extract meaning from pain, to convert obstacles into opportunities, to use adversity as a whetstone to sharpen their spirit. The vast majority of people live their lives trapped inside an invisible cage, a prison meticulously constructed by their own minds. As one insightful text I analyzed puts it, "We human beings are brilliant at building our own cages and then throwing away the key." The very first, most crucial step towards mental liberation is to courageously acknowledge these self-inflicted limitations, these invisible bars. Your mind, in its quest for efficiency, is designed to seek patterns, to crave comfort, and to cling to predictability. This is its evolutionary programming, and that's precisely why we find ourselves stuck in repetitive, often destructive behaviors, relationships, and situations that ultimately limit our growth and happiness. We become creatures of habit, even when those habits no longer serve us. But here's the game changer. True exponential growth only occurs when you deliberately, consciously, and consistently interrupt those patterns. Imagine your mind is like a muscle. What happens to a muscle that's never stressed, never meets resistance, never faces a challenge? It atrophies, it weakens, it becomes incapable. It is only when you intentionally expose your mind to new stimuli, to unfamiliar difficulties, to intellectual and emotional friction, that it expands, strengthens, and evolves. This is the core of what I call productive isolation. Strategically placing yourself in challenging situations, not to punish yourself but to forge mental resilience, to build calluses on your mind. This could be learning a complex new skill, having a difficult but necessary conversation, or pushing your physical limits. So I ask you, what are you doing today, right now, to genuinely challenge your mind? What comfortable habit, what easy routine could you consciously swap for an activity that fosters growth, even if it feels a little daunting? If this content is sparking insights, if you're feeling a shift, share this video with one person you know who needs to hear this message of empowerment. Let's spread this awakening. All right, let's get down to the practical, actionable method. Enough theory, let's build. There are 3 fundamental pillars to cultivating an invincible mindset, a mind that doesn't just weather storms, but learns to dance in the rain. Pillar 1, radical self-awareness. You must come to know yourself on a profoundly deep level. As the ancient Greeks wisely inscribed at Delphi, know thyself. This isn't a passive suggestion, it's an active pursuit. Practice daily self-observation. Dedicate just 10-15 minutes each day to sit in silence, away from all distractions. No phone, no music, no tasks, and simply observe. Observe your thoughts as they arise and pass, without judgment. Notice your emotional reactions to those thoughts. What triggers you? What patterns emerge? Consider journaling your insights or even using a simple thought record. The more you understand your internal landscape, the more power you have to change it. Pillar 2, deliberate reframing. Every experience, especially the difficult, painful, or frustrating ones, can be utterly transformed by the meaning you consciously choose to assign to it. This is where you take back control from your automatic, often negative, internal narrator. Constantly ask yourself empowering questions. What is the opportunity hidden within this challenge? What can I learn from this setback? How can this make me stronger, wiser, or more compassionate? Transform, this is terrible, I can't handle this, into, this is interesting, what's the lesson here? Or, this is a test of my resilience, and I will rise to it. This isn't about toxic positivity, it's about strategic optimism and finding the empowering perspective. Pillar 3, consistent aligned action. Knowledge without action is merely intellectual entertainment. It's useless in the real world. As one of the texts I studied powerfully reveals, it's not about what you do on Instagram. It's about what you do in the dark, in reality when no one is watching. Commit to small daily actions that consistently push you just beyond your comfort zone. These actions build not only skills, but, more importantly, they build your identity as someone who is resilient, disciplined, and capable. Each small win is a vote for the person you are becoming. Does this method work? Let me ask you this. Would you rather continue believing you have no control over your life, a victim of circumstance, or are you ready to start taking radical responsibility for your reactions, your interpretations, and ultimately, your reality? The choice, as always, is yours. And that single choice will determine everything that follows. What I've truly discovered on my own journey, and through guiding countless others, is that the real, lasting transformation doesn't magically happen when you finally cross some arbitrary finish line or achieve a specific goal. No, the magic, the alchemy, happens in the process. It's forged in the person you become while facing down each challenge, navigating each obstacle, conquering each moment of doubt and fear.